Hey guys, Parascale Modeler back with another kit review. I guess we shouldn't call these kit reviews really, we should call them what's in the box or cracking the kit or whatever you want to call it. Today I'm bringing to you the Polar Lights Snap It kit of the Back to the Future Part 3 DeLorean Time Machine. And it's the Mark IV Final Act. It's a 1/25th scale snap together plastic model kit, as I said. Skill level 2, ages 10 to adult they recommend. It's pretty nice pictures of the actual kit here. And on the back side, just gives you a little more info. Authentic looking stainless steel body finish, so it already comes pre-painted, the body. Time circuit control tube strapped to the hood. Train wheels and full train track base included, so it does give you a little diorama to put it on, if you will. Let's have a look inside. Well, if you want a little bit of info, I guess the final act in the third episode of the Back to the Future franchise portrayed a scene right out of the classic Western film, a dramatic train chase, and Marty's attempt to rescue Doc Brown from 1885. The DeLorean time machine was rigged up to be pushed on a train track by a steam-powered locomotive to achieve the requisite speed of 88 miles per hour to catapult the time machine back to the future. This snap-together model kit from Polar Lights delivers all the features of the Mark IV time machine, from the flux capacitor to the Mr. Fusion power plant, and includes free-rolling train wheels and track display base. Right there, I'll stop that. So if the wheels are spinning and you got it on a train track and the train track's only a little longer than the diorama, I think it's a good idea to glue these wheels down to the train track. Otherwise your car in a door closing wind will push itself off the track and take out the rest of your stuff. So I don't know, just a thought. Anyway, let's open up the box, see what we got inside. So, first baggie I have here is the body itself, and it actually is pre-painted with a stainless steel finish on it. Snap that out. So as we can see on the body here, it does have a stainless steel finish from front to back. So really this, we can just paint up the lines and the mirrors and so on and so forth. Little bit of flash around the insides, not a whole lot to worry about. A lot of pre-molding in this, which is great. As you can see, you've got the electrical lines running from front to back, going in the body, out of the body, into the back end. Nicely molded windshield wipers, all the other good stuff, door panels, openings, and once again on this side we have more of the electrical lines going in and out. What's great about this body, as I'm seeing so far, can be proudly displayed without repainting this, because there isn't a whole lot of molding flash on the outside. Not sure if I'd want to get into that with a sanding stick or not, because you'll take off that pre-painted finish. So it's more of a plating actually, as if you can see on this side. It seems like it's plated in there. So yeah, I don't think I get crazy sanding anything away from this. Maybe just a little touch with the X-Acto knife, and I mean a little touch. And I think everything will turn out well with that. The other part it had attached to it was the bottom of the model. And it does have stamped Polar Lights Official on it. You know, this does have good detail, can be painted up quite nicely once again. This piece, as well as all the rest of the pieces do not come pre-painted. It's only the body of the model that comes pre-painted. So I think there can be a good bit of detailing on the bottom. A lot of ejector pins here, left a lot of plastic behind. Those can just be pretty much snapped off, what I'm doing right now. So I think that's alright. Look pretty nice. Good bit of raised detail there. Get ourselves into the next bag. And in this bag, and we have some more electrical lines and such to be attached. A lot of ejector pin on the back side that could use some good sanding down, but depending on fitment may or may not be an issue. Once again, we do have some good bit of raised detail here. The seats themselves seem alright. You're gonna have to get in there with the sanding stick if you want to get rid of the mold lines, but other than that, not too bad. Set that aside. What else did we get in this one? We got more pieces that are going to attach to the hood, so on and so forth. The lines that come out should be alright. Isn't a whole lot of flash. We do have ejector nubs that are going to have to be cut off of this piece here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. You're going to have to be very careful with this when it's cut off so it does not get broken. A lot of flashing around there, as you can see. Once again, oh, popped off nicely with the fingernail and peeled off. So if you get in there fairly easily with your X-Acto blade, good detail on that. Should be very nice for painting and weathering. Alright, what's going on here? Next bag we open up. Let's open up both of them while we're here. So as I cut this bag, the axles were kind of double formed into this bag, which contains the glass. Make sure I don't have anything stuck in there. Nope, we're good. Okay, like I said, the glass bag did have the metal axles in it with the nubs on the ends that the wheels will push into quite easily. I'll get those in the box so they don't get lost. Looking at the glass itself, looks pretty good, other than getting rid of all this stuff here. Being careful with this piece not to bend it down, because that's so a lot of people will do that. They'll just, oh, let's just snap it off. But if you do that, you risk cracking the glass here. So be very careful taking those pieces out. Maybe just give you a little bit of a heads up. Let's grab some sprue cutters, and seeing as we're here, let's just do that. So these pieces here, get the sprue cutters up nice and close to the glass. Cut those right off. Make sure you're nice and tight. So as you can see, I took those off and they're almost pretty much flush. So that'll work out well if you're not super detailing this model and you just want to get those pieces cut off. Now for this big chunk here, I recommend coming in at it and take off a big piece, and then see where it's most close to, which would be this side here. Be very careful doing it this way so you don't crack the glass. See how it's already starting to crack just in this spot here. A really bad execution on their behalf. As I'll try to get this up to the camera here. You can see how thick of a piece that is. And I think the best way to combat that is just running your X-Acto along it very lightly. And just keep doing that until you're getting to a point where it's just going to almost fall off. But if you attack it that way, so remember when I said just wiggling it to and fro will crack the glass, and in fact I do have almost a little crack right here. Luckily, I believe when this gets pressed into the body, let's just have a quick look at fitment here. It won't be seen, so that's good. So we don't have any worries there. As far as the glass is concerned, no major whiffs or waffles in there. Polish out very nicely. I think glass will be displayed proud. Just gonna take a little trick for everybody. If you're throwing your glass back in your kit, you don't want it all scratched to hell. Put it back in the bag and then carry on. So another baggie, we had some chrome bits. Chrome looks to be fairly well detailed. No worries there. And what else did we get in there? We got some decals here. License plates out of time. So those are actually water slide decals. And on here, that's a bit of sticker which may be used for something else. And then these here are actual decals, or sorry, stickers. So you can peel them off and stick them on. The other ones were water slide decals. What else do we have? Next parts bag. Just a quick tip for you guys, if you're new or newer to the modeling, if you cut your bags open like I do, just make sure when you're throwing your bags out that there's nothing left inside the parts bags, because you'll never forgive yourself if you throw it out. Mr. Garbage Man's come along and now you have lost a piece of your model. Here's the diorama base that it comes with. It does have the railroad ties. They do have a good wood grain in them. And then of course the rock that they use underneath it, ballast rock I believe it's called, which you can paint this up, and this diorama can be painted quite nicely. There isn't any mold lines or ejection seams or anything that you're really going to have to deal with, except for one spot right there. Not sure if it'll show up on camera. There we go. Other than that, fairly minute. So I think that'll be, like I said, this diorama should turn out pretty good. And we do have the tracks right here that glue down to the base, and the wheels of the model. Nicely molded. No big concerns there, no flash in the middle that has to be taken care of. Good bit of molding on that piece. What else came in that bag? We have pretty well detailed pieces here. This piece will strap up onto the back side. It's all part of the flux capacitor stuff. Not sure what this is. We have think the mold release agent in here, that's brown. So just maybe a little word of caution with this kit, there is some mold release agent on some parts. So if you're going to paint it, it might be a good idea to give it a bath first. Other than that, good bit of detail in there. Moving on. Did have a piece that came flying at me. Let's get that back into there. And get to that, get that bag open. Alright. Just gotta check in the box here because I'm pretty sure I threw both my axles in there and I can't find one. So like I was saying before, throwing your bits and bobs back in the box, pay close attention that you do not lose anything. Alright, what do we got here? We've got, looks like the firewall. We've got the dash. Dash does have some good bit of detail in it. So overall the kit looks pretty good, pretty plain, pretty simple for a snap together kit. I may post a build of this. Not sure yet. We'll see what happens. Other than that, some good bit of detail on there. And we do have another part here that does have some wiring and such. A little bit of flash on there. Nothing an X-Acto blade won't take care of. Have the inner door panels. They look nice. And once again, more tracks that run around the rear quarters of the car. Can be painted up nicely. Steering wheel. Not a lot of flash on this kit as far as parts are concerned. Overall build should go well. Great looking for, as far as I can see, is a snap together. Like I say, I have not built this kit, so I cannot tell you the exact fitment. Like I said, I might post a video of this. Just for the beginners, it's nice to learn how to snap these together. Like I've got a full build of snap together kit of the Revell 124th Enzo Ferrari that you guys can have a look at. And like I say, it's done nothing major to them. I've just, like I say, cut them and put them together as if a new builder would. So overall impressions of the kit, I think they've done well with the molding and such. Have a quick look at the instructions. It does have paint callouts if you do decide to paint it. And nicely put together, relatively easy to see how everything is going to flow and go together. Doesn't look like anything out of the ordinary or anything extraordinary. And then, okay, so if you're not gluing this kit, they did include a double-sided adhesive sticker, and that was that white piece that I said had no relevance, but I guess it's a double-sided sticker. So, like I said, impressions should be fairly simple kit. If we're just going to snap it together, I think this is one kit that does deserve painting. Will it be easy for a beginner? Should be. There's, like I say, there's detail in it. You can go nuts detailing the hell out of this if you want to. But overall impressions of the kit, like I said, looks pretty good so far. Fitment, don't know until we go to put it together. This side of the body looks good, molded in. That side looks good. So how is everything gonna snap together? I can't tell you that, but so far everything looks good. Thoughts on the kit? Polar Lights does a good job on these movie production cars. So I'd recommend it if you want to build the time machine and you wanted one with the train wheels on it and the western scene. I think this kit would serve you well. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos. Talk to you later. Be in good health. Cheers.